G'day Throttlers and welcome back to the channel. Now today I've received an email from BMW Motorrad. For those of you who don't know what BMW Motorrad is, it's the motorcycle division of BMW Motors. Now the email came in today and it said, on Friday the 3rd of April 2020, the new BMW R18 will celebrate its long-awaited world premiere. The BMW Motorrad will officially present the announced production bike featuring the big boxer engine for the cruiser segment. Now, if you haven't seen the photos of the R18 floating around the internet just yet, I'll flash one up on the screen now. But essentially, it's a modern version of a 1960s style BMW cruiser that was made back in the day. And for me, it's absolutely beautiful. It looks classy, it looks sexy. It's a really nice cruiser style, bobber looked BMW classic bike. Now BMW in the last few years released the R90 and it was the cafe racer version and it's sold really well. The R90 is a beautiful bike. Everyone who rides it falls in love with it. I have no doubt that the R18 is going to be a hit as well. Obviously being BMW, there'll be a premium price tag as well, but you know you're getting your value for money when you get BMW engineered machines. So something that's well worth considering if you like that classic cruiser, modern retro style bike, I could guess you say. It's a beautiful bike. What I'm going to do, I'm going to roll the two official BMW promo videos right now and come back afterwards and have a chat to you about some of the specs.
When we presented in 2013 the concept R90, this bike turned out to be very successful. We think there is much more room and space, and the time is right to subscribe to this story.
BMW has a very long tradition of classic motorcycles, and we wanted to do with this motorcycle reinterpret that history, but in a relevant and for today's customers.
All the technology is on the outside, it's visible. So the engine, the axle, the brake calipers, everything is visible, and it has to be designed, it has to have a nice look, it has to speak the semantics.
We have lots of nice details, but the main thing is how it sits on its wheels. We are very proud of the proportions of the motorcycle.
It lives from the elegance and from the simplicity, the power of simplicity. And on a bike like this with almost no fairing, this is the biggest challenge to achieve a very clean look.
The first time to start this engine in a relevant bike was a moment of goosebumps. Yeah, it's my baby.
Alright folks, what do you reckon about the R18? Personally, I love it. I think it looks absolutely amazing. I don't have any idea of Australian cost yet, but I do have some of the basic specs list to share with you, just so you're a little bit more up to speed with what it's going to offer. So, this is going to be the highest capacity twin-cylinder boxer engine ever used in a motorcycle production. It's a 1802cc engine. The output will be 67 kilowatts, which is 91 horsepower, at 4,750 RPM. The maximum torque is 158 Newton meters and will be available at about 3,000 RPM. Now there's going to be a 6-speed transmission in it and shaft drive. So super smooth, very limited maintenance on it. So, I mean, I love shaft drive bikes. I've never owned a shaft drive bike. I've ridden plenty, and I think they just offer something that's really nice to the riding experience, very smooth, and obviously a lot less maintenance than a chain drive in particular. And there is going to be a reverse gear as an optional extra. This will be driven by an intermediate gear and an electric motor that can be shifted manually. So that's a really good thing. My Harley is 400 and something kilos, and at times I really wish it had a reverse gear. And I think that this R18 won't be as heavy as my Harley, but having a reverse gear opens it up for a lot more people, for older riders, for less physically strong riders. It's just a really great option, and I'm sure that it's an option that a lot of people will choose. Now it's also got a monoshock rear suspension, so although it looks a bit traditional and it looks a bit like a hardtail, the monoshock will just give you that more modern, comfortable riding feel as well. And essentially that's about it. That's all the information that I've got on it. And I'm sure on April the 3rd, when the official announcement has been released, we'll have a lot more details. We might be able to get some Australian pricing, and we will know more specs about the bike as well. So let me know what you think down below. Do you like the looks of the BMW R18? Is it something that you would consider buying? Or is the BMW market just a little bit out of your price range? Let me know down below what you think about this, and stay tuned for the April the 3rd update. Anyway guys, thanks again for watching Throttle Down Under. Subscribe if you enjoy the content. Give us a good thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. And until next time folks, throttle on, ride safe, ciao.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here.